Ladies and gentlemen, Hex community of all ages, hey, Jake Freedom here, coming to you live from YouTube for yet again another week's of spoilers. Throughout the past week, we've had a total of 18 spoilers, at least that's what I have found, that have been revealed to us. Some good, some not so good. So we're going to go through them here. We're going to go through them kind of quickly. We don't need to talk about every card in detail or anything like that, because then the video can get a little long. So let's just go ahead and get started with that. Alright, so the first one we have here is Blood-Soaked Brawler, 2 cost, 1 blood threshold, Orc Warrior Troop, has Rage 1. Not a bad thing, Rage 1's usually good, but this one here is this can't be blocked by troops with attack less than this troop's attack. So all in all, I think this is a pretty decent card, kind of squishy. That 2 cost can be removed very easily, so, but other than that, not bad, not a bad card at all. Next one here we have is Hatchery Priest, 1 cost, 1 blood threshold, Cleric Venom Troop, and it is, you can exhaust him, you can create a Spiderling Egg for each opposing champion, put them into their decks. Spiderling Egg is kind of, I'm confused because we have the Spider Egg and now we have the Spiderling Egg. Has the name changed from something, or is Spiderling Egg something we haven't seen yet? Still kind of up in the air about that one. I'm not exactly sure what those are, if that is in fact the one and the same, a Spider Egg and a Spiderling Egg. So again, he's an O2, you know, not a bad guy. It all depends on what the Spiderling Eggs are, if they're the same or not. So next one here we have is Noxious Glory, another blood card. It's a 3 cost, 2 blood threshold. It's a basic action rare. It says, as an additional cost to play this, sacrifice a troop and you can void each opposing troop with attack 2 or less. Now, this is a pretty decent card, and you know, if you can pair it with something that knocks everybody's attack down, there are a few cards out there currently that will do that. This will be a pretty good combo card, I think. In Constructed, I'm not sure. Draft, this would be an easy pick probably in Draft and Sealed. Yeah, let me take that back. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see where this card falls in play, but at first glance, it looks like a pretty decent card. Next one we have here is Vicious Vivisector. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that last name there. That name, is it Vivisector? I don't know, but it's a really wicked art. It looks painful. That's all I can say. 5 cost, 1 blood threshold, Venom Troop. And he's a 3/5, and he has Venom Allegiance, and that allegiance is, when this enters play, bury the top 3 cards of each opposing champion's deck. Yeah, it's okay, you know, not the greatest for 5 cost, but, you know, if you're running a mill deck, maybe. Next one here is the only Ruby card that was spoiled in the past week, other than the 3 elves that on the update there, but anyway, Twisted Taunter, 5 cost, 2 Ruby threshold, Goblin Troop. He is defensive. He's a 7/2 defensive. It says when this enters play, target opposing troop must attack until the start of your next turn. Not sure how I feel about that card yet. Next one here is Crocosaur, 5 cost, 3 wild threshold. He is a troop dinosaur, another rare card. And it says when this enters play, you may have this battle 2 target opposing troops. I think this is a pretty good card, you know, that it can battle and it's not easily removed, and it's got really strong attack there. So I think this could be used as a very, very good way for removal in Draft and Sealed. We'll see where it falls into Constructed. Constructed's so hard to predict on what's going to be good or not, but you know, most cards that are bombs like this are going to be good in Draft and Sealed. You know, that's kind of a given, but we'll see where it falls in Constructed. At first glance, again, I like this card a lot. Next one here is Dino or Dynamite, however you want to pronounce it. 7 cost, 2 wild thresholds, a basic actions, also a rare. And it says target troop gets +5/+5 crush, and when this dies, create a Smashadon and put it into play. So a target troop gets +5/+5 crush and this, and it stays that way. So that's pretty good, but it is very expensive. So you know, I don't know. We'll see where that one falls in play. And the card that it creates is a Smashadon, and that's this guy right here. Smashadon really sounds like a Pokemon card, if you ask me. I don't know. Pokemon cards have a lot of the Odons in them and things like that, but it's a pretty decent card that it actually you know, dies. When it dies, it turns into. So it's you know, it's not really bad for. I'm looking at the other card right there. 7 cost, you know, 7 casting cost. So it could be worse. It could also be better too. Next one here is Tatiana's Majesty. It's a 5-cost, 1 wild threshold, socketable. Basic action is a socketable major, and also again another rare. And it says troops you control get +2/+2 and all socketed powers of this. I'm curious to see where these socketed action cards are going to fall into, how they're going to actually work. Not like, in the game how they work, but how, where are they going to fall into play into the, the state of standard, or the state, how they work in draft and sealed. Are you going to be able to create decks around them? Are there enough things out there to be able to make a viable deck, or anything that's going to be able to utilize these socketed powers? Now this one here isn't so bad, because the troops you control get +2/+2 and the socketed power. So I guess depending on what you have going on in your deck, you choose the gem. I don't know, maybe do we need more gems? I don't know. That'd be awesome if we got another gem with the release of Armies of Myth, but that might be pushing it quite a bit. Next one here we have is All in the Family. It's the only diamond card that was spoiled this past week. It's a 2-cost, double diamond threshold, constant rare. And its card text reads, while you control 5 or more troops with different costs, troops you control have +1/+1 and invincible. At the end of your turn, if you control 2 or more troops with the same cost, sacrifice this. So you need 5 troops with all different casting costs, and then they all have +1/+1 and invincible. That's pretty cool. I think this is going to be a pretty good card. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but I think this is going to be a good one because they all have invincible. So I think definitely decks will be built around this, and since it's a constant and it's not unique, I'm wondering if they stack, if they'll get +2/+2. So that'll be interesting. Next one we have here is in the Sapphire Shard. It's a 2-cost, 1 threshold Sapphire Rune Web Infiltrator. He is a Venom Ranger troop, and he has flight. And it says when this deals damage to an opposing champion, create 2 Spiderling eggs for that champion, put them into their deck. Again, there's the Spiderling eggs. I don't know, 2-cost, flight, up in the air, 1/1. We'll see, depending on what these Spiderling eggs are. I'm just wondering if they just renamed it, or is there an error somewhere? Is there not an error, a typo? Should it say spider eggs? I don't know. I'll stop talking about it now. Next one we have here is Slaughter Gear's Innovation. This is another basic action that's socketable. It's 5 casting costs, 1 sapphire threshold. And it says transform target artifact you control or in your hand into a Warhawk with all socketed powers of this. So this one could be, like I said, these socketable action cards. I think they have the potential to be big, and they have a potential to be just blah. We'll see. Next one we have here is a name that I cannot pronounce. I've tried, it's like I'm just gonna call him Yazigi. How's that? Keep the S silent. Yazigi is a 1 casting cost, 1 sapphire threshold constant, and it says when you play an action, all of your cards with the same name in all zones get cost -1. I like this card. I want to like this card. I just don't know exactly, right offhand, not how it's going to be used, but where it's going to fit. I mean, I can see it, like with, rage fires or burns or, counter magic and things like that, because those things normally you want run 3 of in a deck, maybe 4 of, so, but if you have some actions in your card that only, we run 1 of, not really going to help you out there. So this, I want to like it, but I'm just not quite sure yet. The next one we have here is Thunderfield Elder. It's a 3 casting cost, 1 sapphire threshold. He's a Kyoto Mage troop. Again, he is rare. He's got prophecy, and the prophecy on this one is when this enters play, the next action in your deck gets, when you play this, copy it. So again, I think that's a good card. I really do. I like that card a lot. And he's 3/2, so he's squishy again, but every card can't be good, so I like that card. The Kyoto cards, I think there's going to be something to them, because there's another card we're going to show here, and it has something to do with all the Kyotos you have, so I like that card too. Where are we at here? We got Wakuna Crowfeather, and this says Prophecy. It's a forecasting cost 1 Sapphire threshold 2/4, and it says when this enters play, the next troop in your deck gets +2/+2 in flight. If it is a Coyote, it gets this power, and this might be what I was talking about there. So if it's a Coyote card, you get that power again, so the next troop in your deck gets +2/+2. So the Coyote will not only get the +2/+2 in flight, it would also get the power where the next card gets +2/+2 in flight. So building a deck around Coyotes, I think, or with Coyotes, I think will be something, since humans were so huge. Well, humans were pretty good in sealed anyway. So we'll see how that all comes out. Next one here is Necropolis Tablet. I want to like this card, but I don't like this card. 6 casting cost, artifact. You can draw a card if you have 1 threshold of every shard, which seems, not impossible. Obviously it's not, since we have Midnight Shepherd and cards like that. It's not impossible, especially with the next card that we have, and that's Unity Generator, and it's a forecasting cost artifact engine. And for 2 resources, you can exhaust it. You can gain a threshold of your choice. So those 2 cards kind of are paired together. So I think they're okay. I think that might work, I don't know. Still, we'll see. Next one here, and the final card we have for tonight's spoilers, is a 3 casting cost multi-shard card. It's a Sapphire Blood. For the threshold, it's Hatchery Cultivator. It's a 2/4 troop, and its card text is: if 1 or more eggs would be put into an opposing champion's deck, that many +1 instead. Put that many +1 instead. So now that they use eggs, I'm guessing there's the spider eggs, and there's the spiderline eggs. So I think we're missing the spiderline egg. I think the spiderline egg is actually something. I'm not exactly sure though, so we'll see. So again, those are the cards that were spoiled this week, or since I did the video last. And so I'm trying to keep track of all the cards that are spoiled, going out to all the different resources that I have available to try to find them, and then so I can show them to you guys. So hopefully you appreciate that. If you don't, that's fine. Doesn't matter. I still like to I want all the cards in my local database anyway, so not a big deal. So other than that, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and let me know something about some of the spoiled cards, maybe some of your favorites, maybe some ideas about how some of the cards are going to interact with existing cards. Let me know in the comments down below. If you want to see more of these videos, don't forget to click subscribe down below, and we'll have another video for you soon.